All right, we're live. We are live. I am live. Can you see me live? Probably. I'm just turn this music off. Hello. Let's add somebody too. Hey, Greg. How are you? You're muted.
Obviously, I'm muted. I'm doing well. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good. Ready for the holidays?
I'm ready for the holidays. Yeah, I think so. I think a little time off would be nice. Just working from home, so it's kind of like not really time off from the office, I guess. But yeah, break would be nice. How about you?
Yes. I'm good. I'm good. Let's bring Andy.
Okay.
Hi, Andy.
Oh, there he is.
Hi,
How are you?
I am good, thank you. Yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. How's the furniture making? Start making my table.
Yeah. I'll do a little 3D thing just to make sure you're happy with the dimensions you gave me before I get the chainsaw out.
Awesome. I want to see a video of it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I love
definitely.
seeing videos of people making real things, real solid things, and not just video games.
These pretend things that
Things that
Don't
never
really-
were.
they don't really exist.
Today we have one extra person here as part of the team, Pedro.
Oh, yeah.
He joined the team very recently. He hails from Brazil. Hi, Pedro. You can say hi in the chat. He's shy. He doesn't want to show up. Anyway, it's been a few weeks since we had our last live from the studio.
Mhm.
And if people don't remember the format of this, sorry, we're not trying to make a show or anything like that. We're just trying to show you how we do it, how we work in our game. It's like we're opening our studio to you guys, and we're gonna be showing some gameplay, showing some art and some other stuff that we've been working on. But it's like you're invited to our studio, and everybody here is free to comment and offer ideas or ask questions or say this is all shit. Because you're all guest devs with us. That's the way we like to do. Keep things open. We work in the game industry for a while, and one of the things that always bugged me, and I'm pretty sure it bugged those guys too, is the secrecy. We understand that sometimes you have to be secretive about products and stuff like that in a corporate level, but we all of us worked in many projects that we could never even say anything. Hi, TJ. So TJ and Greg and Andy and Pedro, like we all work in projects that we were tied to NDAs and we could never talk to the players, the fans, or anything like that. So I think Greg dropped. But anyway, so with What If, we wanted to do things a little bit different and invite people to see the project, even in the ugly moments of the project, where things don't look. No NDA for the stream. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. It's an informal NDA. I know where you live because I sent some original art to you, Max. So if you say anything. Anyway, so we're glad that you guys are here, and that's the way we want to do. And we're still very early in the process, so you see things that most game studios would never show to people. But to us, this is the most interesting, full of possibility time of a game development process is the beginning. So yeah, so we have a lot of cool stuff to show, a lot of cool stuff to talk about. Where's Greg?
He'll be right back. His computer had problems.
That's what happens with like indie game studios. People have like crappy computers. Anyway, so what we've been working on. Who's that behind me? Hi, Sophia. Sophia's here too. She's gonna help us. She's been officially hired by What If to do some art. Yeah, you just don't show up.
When will she start animating?
Yeah, she's gonna be doing some concepts for me.
Nice.
Yeah, she's getting pretty good at it. Yeah, she's somewhat cheaper than most of the the employees. You know, I can pay her in candy. Can I? Can I pay her in candy? Good. Anyway, so we've been working on the next stage of development for us is we've been working on what we call vertical slice, basically a piece of the game that contains all the elements of the game, but a very thin horizontal or vertical slice, a vertical slice of the game that has like every part of the game to see if the game's fun, if it's something that we want to pursue, or is we need to change something. So everything will be there: the combat, the puzzles, the part of the world, the feeling of the world, and all of the good stuff. So when Greg comes back, we'll talk a little bit about the details. That's creepy, Sophia. Those eyes behind me. Anyway, Greg has been working really hard and creating the structure of a complete section, complete mission that you can play. And our intention is to have this playable as soon as we can for everybody to have a little bit of a taste and offer us opinions and say what works, what doesn't work, so we can keep changing things. We've been looking at all the games that done that successfully. One big example is Hades, right? Hades went really early into early access on Steam, so people could play the game in a very, very early iteration, and and they were really good at acting over the feedback of the community, and that's what we're trying to do too. Yeah, we're not super giant, but we have the same philosophy. We want people to be involved in every step. So this slice will have a complete mission that you can play with 2 of the 3 characters. Hi, Greg, you back? There you go.
Yes, I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that.
Just talking about the slice a little bit and the proposal for the slice. So
Cool.
we already wrote a script. The script was divided in scenes, not only story scenes, but scenes that make sense in terms of mission. That shows a little bit of the main elements of the game, which is of course the time shifting is a big one. How does that work? And it's been interesting because making a game in one single time frame is already an interesting, complicated task. Every time we think about the 3 levels of gameplay and world that we have to build, things become really, really interesting and different. So we're really excited to explore that a little bit more. We talked a little bit about the Kinshft, right, Greg, and how that works. What is this power? What is this thing that the characters will have to use? Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we basically stubbed in a lot of gameplay. We're trying to figure out basically the rules behind kinshifting. Like it's a cool mechanic, but players need to clearly understand when I can kinshift, and if I can't kinshift, why can't I kinshift right now, or what do I have to do in order to be able to kinshift? So that's been kind of an ongoing discussion. We had an interesting realization where, long story short, 2 characters were in 2 different levels, and we couldn't Kinshft between them instantly, which is something we knew we immediately wanted to do. So he spent some time and got a coder's help, Alex, to write a little bit of code. So now we actually can seamlessly switch between any scene at any time, which is great.
So let's take a step back. For people that don't know, what is Kinshft?
Everyone knows what Kinshft is. We're talking about.
Assume they don't. Assume they don't, because it's good for us too, right?
No,
when I know it helps me when I say things out loud that I'm not entirely sure about. That means I need to work on it. So if we can define Kinshft very easily to people, what would that be? Like back of the box kind of thing.
Back of the box, nice, on the spot. I work really well on the spot. So Kinshft back in the box would be the ability to instantly switch between 3 different characters that exist in 3 completely different time periods. And switch between and control 1 character of 3 that exist in different time periods.
And if I had to add something to that, like you can also influence each other's time periods, right?
Yes.
So even though we're in different times, you can help each other as a team.
And communicate, and then also communicate as well. That's also very important. It's not just switching. They can communicate and are aware of each other and can help each other out. Yes.
Yeah. And do things and learn things. That how you can get better at this is the key to progressing in the game. You start like you're gonna see in the gameplay. You start, and then you have to like literally plant the seeds of the Kinshft thing. Like we created this. I'm gonna show some of the stuff that I've been doing. I'm gonna share here some of the concepts for people that are, we do have a Discord live, and I'm gonna put the link pretty soon here. And we do have a community channel, but we also have like a dev channel for people that contribute to the Kickstarter at a certain level. And so, we post different pieces of art there, and we talk about things in that specific channel. So some of you probably seen some of these pieces of art, but I can explain a little bit more. So some of the stuff being working on, some characters, like this is the first enemy that we are developing for this slice. It's called the Zulaj Guard. They are robots, as you can see. Zulaj literally means glass, and also in Portuguese, azulejo is a word that means like glass tiles. So the idea is that in part of the desert where the ship crashed, the family ship crashed, it burned the desert and it became glass. It became literally like a glass desert. So, and those robots live around the crash of the ship. They created his own little village in there, and there's other details, but they have, obviously, desert people's kind of influence to it, and they live in the primordial age, or they're kind of the last of the robots. There's not a lot of technology left, and those are like some of the last ones. Also work on this character called, I don't even know how to say her name, Diatomacea. She's a character that appears way later in the game, in the future in the chimeric age. And as you can see, her dress is made of screens. One thing that I really want to explore with the story is what happens to all of our screens after civilization goes to shit. They are literally co-opted. All the screens that were left behind that don't work anymore, they are called black mirrors now, and they are co-opted by this force, by this could be mystical force that can extract all the experience, the life, the memories out of each one of the screens and use it to her own goals. So she's probably gonna be some kind of boss, but that's all I can say about this character so far. But
Max is asking if this is it safe to say this is the most dangerous age? What age is Diatomacea from?
The chimeric age, yeah.
Chimeric age. Okay.
Yeah. That's the most unpredictable age. I think, if you go to the primordial age, somehow you have a reference from antiquity, right? So you kind of know what to expect a little bit. The middle age is a bit more dangerous, but is still like cyberpunk kind of thing, or steampunk, sorry. But the last age is a mix of everything, so the rules kind of all upside down. That's what we want to do for this last one. It's kind of like almost like this alien place, and the characters are weird, really weird.
That's cool. I like the idea too that like yeah. Your conscience has been there for a while watching you. The eyes are awesome.
Yeah.
I also like the idea too that each age has like different dangers. Like it's not like in Nova's time it's all robots and they're fighting you, and in Naomi's time it's all robots and they're fighting you. It's like, well, there's different dangers in different eras, and so I think the chimeric one is the most interesting one, where the dangers could be a lot of different things that we don't know about. It could be technology itself. It could be the environment.
Right. And each one of the characters they'll learn that they uniquely suited to take advantage of each one of the ages, right? Nova, she's very smart and she's very good at stealth, so she can take advantage of that, of hiding different corners and of the city, and climbing and stuff like that. For Naomi, she's in the age of machines and she's an engineer, so she can build stuff, disassemble stuff, change stuff, even like connect to machines and make them work for her. And for Niles, he's always been a guy outside of the box. He's a scientist that always thought beyond science, and is like a playground for him to be in a world where the laws of physics and magic and biology are all kind of blended, so he can really be creative. So each one of the characters are in the right place to evolve and become better. Let's see what else did I have there. This is this is also you see, I'll show this thing first.
Named him Dylan.
Dylan, yeah. The dog, yeah, the cat, sorry. So this is one environment. This is Greg created. You're gonna see in gameplay, everything is boxes. So I take one of the Greg's levels with all the different paths and stuff, and I draw on top of it. And this is like the first screen. The first you start the demo, and no, this is the second screen. Sorry, this is where you go to find an object. You have to get to the ship crash, which you see right there is the ship that they arrived in. You rediscover the crash, and you have to go through all of different paths and discover things. But there is a village around with the robots live, and in the center here there's a shack. This shack is where that character that you're seeing lives. So you see a lot of different things that you can discover here, and we're gonna put tons of stuff in each one of those screens so people can explore, right? So you're gonna have your main objective, of course. You might be able to go through the screen through fighting, or maybe you be smart about it and go around it, and there will be also a lot of collection, a lot of things that you find, a lot of mysteries. So this is the level of detail that we want to get, So if you zoom in, you see the person right here. You see how big this thing is. How do I do this? Yeah, so there are different paths and village. This village is they've been carving the mountain and creating different things, like their little cube houses, but they also take the center here is made of glass, right? So this is where the ship arrived. And they also use the glass to create different things, statues and stuff like that, and weapons. And so and there'll be different places where you can hide. You see more in the gameplay, but this is kind of the kind of thing that we're looking at. What else? Yeah, and this guy, which I call GPTO or GPTO, he's the so-called leader of the robots, the self-proclaimed leader. It's kind of like a little bit of a joke about like what we're going through, like with all this AI thing, and people writing prompts and thinking they're like Shakespeare and stuff like that. So it's a little bit of a commentary on this. Imagine, like, I don't know, 50 years from now, all those people that spend years like telling machines what to do and thinking they're creative. Well, this guy's like the Shakespeare of this Stan Lee of it. You know what I mean? Like, and he uses this tiny little machine, and he taps into the energy or the battery of the ship to broadcast orders to the robot. So he is kind of like a Geppetto to the Pinocchios of this place, but kind of like a twisted. He has a cat and a little robot. So this is a character you're gonna interact, and there'll be some story around it. And he lives in this little shack in the middle of the thing. So
I want Cricket on my desktop, like on my desk. I want to 3D print them. Just have like a little
yeah,
Cricket.
yeah. We'll sell it. And this other thing, this one last thing is like we talked a little bit about the eternal tree, which is the center, in the center of town. This is like a very important part of the game, is this tree. This tree is almost like an antenna that kind of propagates the Kinshft. So yeah, and you see this tree across the ages, right? You see the tree in the primordial age. It's kind of like an olive tree. Oh. And then the dystopian age, where it almost dies and it's full of pipes and smoke and stuff like that. And in the chimeric age, where the tree literally takes over the world and it starts becoming really weird. And it has this quantum burls that grow, like where a burl is, like where the tree kind of accumulates some kind of nutrients. So it's accumulating this really weird material, and there's like this drone fused to the trunk, which is part of the quest that we're gonna play. So yeah, this is one of the center objects for the story. So yeah, some of the stuff that we've been working on the visual side, and I'll be drawing during the thing. You want to play now? Or you want to talk a little?
No, you can play now if you want. You can walk through it, or you can draw for a bit. I'm good either way.
Yeah. Anybody wants to talk about something specific? Any questions? That your mask died.
Bryant. Whoa. Hey.
Bryant. Oh
wow.
My God.
Hey man.
That's a legend.
We miss you. I miss you. We all miss you. Everyone misses you.
Brian, for people that didn't know, he was lead designer for Realm of Champions. We had many interesting conversations about the concept of that game, and he was very nice in trying to accommodate all the crazy ideas that I had in the beginning to make it work in a video game, real world kind of thing. Cool, man.
Yeah, welcome. Good seeing you again.
So yeah, like good moment. If you guys have any comments, questions, let us know. And I'll be drawing something. I'll be drawing this now, which is another scene.
You're gonna do the Death Road?
Yeah, I'm working on the Death Road right now.
Cool.
This is the first scene where you start the game around here, right?
The cemetery, yeah,
You start the
the game.
the game, yeah. This is
Ooh, Max is asking what's the best and worst part of the process for you guys right now. It's a good question, actually.
the best part for me is doing all these concepts. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I think the best part just is things are kind of early right now. You're in like sort of like the early part of the game, and so any idea is on the table, which makes it really cool. And you have time to dive into kinshifting. What would happen if we did this with kinshifting? If we did that with kinshifting? So a lot of ideas are like flowing out pretty fast, and that part's awesome.
Yeah, it's been really. It's like we don't have anybody other than ourselves too.
It's exciting now for me to start creating the artwork. Before, all the art was going for renders, so now I'm converting all those high-res models into game assets.
Oh yeah, the ship, right? How long it took you to convert that ship?
Yeah, it's taken quite a long time, but I'm doing the inside also, so you'll be able to enter the ship too.
Yeah, the ship was designed by Andy and looks really nice. Andy always surprised me because he had so many lives. Like, no, I can design the ship. I used to be a car designer, or like, oh yeah, no, I'll make you a table. I can make tables. Or like, I hunt bears with my bare hands. Yeah, like I was a ping pong champion. Just told me today, like they used to play.
No way, Ali at work. Ali, boy, he was the best. That guy could play.
Everybody that works in the game industry knows how to play ping pong.
Ping pong nerds.
Ping pong, foosball, ping pong.
Yeah. Okay. So so as you can see here, half of it is still the blocks that Greg created, and the rest. I'm starting to put ideas in it. Like what could this part be? Like so this part where he puts like this road kind of winding up and down. Nova wakes up. She wakes up in her cocoon, right? In her
cryopod, yeah.
Cryopod, which I'm kind of want to put it like half sunk into the ground like that. You know why? I think the cemeteries in this place could be, like an artist from the 80s called Crystal, and he did like was him like that did in Las Vegas like a bunch of cars that kind of half sunk into the ground like a art installation.
Yeah, that's that famous highway.
Yeah,
that goes through Vegas. I think it's 66, Route 66.
So I want to have an inspiration and make the cemetery that she wakes up. All the tombstones are like half buried Cadillacs, but with names. Because we're looking at some really weird reference like Russian mobsters' graves. The very garish. They made statues of their cars. Okay, come back anytime. So looking at those like weird graves and thinking about those people, the people that live in the primordial age, and what will be the influences that they'll have like from pop culture and stuff like that. So I think cars would be a good one. So maybe they use cars to create their graves, and they thought the cryopod or Nova, they can't open it, and they think it's some kind of car, so they put it in the cemetery, and she wakes up like in the middle of other graves, and she's kind of lost, and she doesn't know what to do, and she gets confronted by her first enemy, which thinks that she's a grave robber. So that's how the story kind of gets on the way. So maybe I should expand this and make it a bit bigger so I can put more.
Yeah, I mean it's based on a 20 minutes in the level design, so feel free to push and pull it.
Yeah, I'll make it. And I put this pyramid here as like the big mausoleum. I think one of the rules that we always talking about is every screen that you go, there will be one or two landmarks that will be present across time, so you know where your bearings. You know what I mean? So this pyramid could be it for this screen. You'll be in different kind of shapes, right? In the chimeric age, you'll be full of covered with vegetation and stuff like that. So
That's cool.
anyway, maybe we should play, and meanwhile I'll be drawing. Gotta throw Christine in there too.
You can do that.
Yeah. No, I love putting all kinds of Easter eggs that people.
That was a '57 Chevy, right, Christine?
Was
I
it?
think.
Was it?
I think so.
I'm not a car guy. Yeah, it could be 57. The so
That's the best year with all the big fins.
Mm-hmm. Just a king license.
Yeah, no, it's really cool and iconic, right? If you put the
58
58 Fury.
Plymouth.
Yeah. There you go. Thanks, Unstable. So do you wanna boot up this bad boy?
Yeah, go for it. You're gonna play, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, please do. Go for it.
So what's the scene I should boot?
Just so for some reason, if I load off the boot screen, the lighting becomes a bit darker, and I don't know why that is.
Wow. Okay.
So knowing
let's go to the master.
This is for the master scene.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, just to think, like, thanks to Alex, our amazing coder.
Yeah.
Our scenes have been bundled into one scene that has contained all the other scenes, and now we can load and go from time to time much quicker. So thanks, Alex, if you're around.
Yeah. If not, thank you anyway.
Yeah.
We've already thanked him. We'll thank him again.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just play it.
Okay.
You as always, I'm terrible at it, so you're gonna.
Oh, that's okay. It's okay.
Tell me what to do.
It's okay. As always, I also did the thing you're never supposed to do, and did a check-in right before this playtest.
So. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I added a whole bunch. Well, we did play this earlier today, and I added a whole bunch of things that I wanted to add. So, in theory, I played through. It's fine. But what could possibly go wrong?
Okay, what could possibly go wrong?
Oh yeah, I didn't fix that spelling error in the fat cat thing. Oh well, it's fine.
Okay, so as you can see, there's no graphics. Imagine that she's waking up in the cemetery.
Yeah, this is a really. Oh, so what we did here is like a very, very super early sketch on a napkin version of the first playable. The idea is to kind of stub in every moment, even though they're not complete. There's no gameplay there. Just to kind of get every beat into there, just to start get a sense of pacing of what's missing between moments, how long the experience is, and so on. And then the idea eventually will be then to start filling things in. So this will be very rough, and I've actually thrown up some captions to fill you in on what should be happening. Which again, Gabe, if you hate them, you can turn them off. But all right, so Nova wakes up.
And there's some temp dialogue here.
Yeah.
When am I? Wow.
What?
Okay. So
you walk forward. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
So what's supposed to happen here, as discussed today, she wakes up from her cryopod. Remember this?
Yeah.
Are we talking about this? Are we giving away all the secrets, or skip over that part?
No, we talked about it.
Yeah. Okay.
We talked about it.
So the idea is she wakes up here, gets out of her cryopod, and obviously, she's in a completely brand new time frame. We have to somehow explain to the player what's going on. So the idea was that there's a stranger in the graveyard who thinks she's actually a grave robber, and makes a move to kind of come after her. And she uses her drone tool to take the guy down, but then it runs out of charge. So this really, really cool tool she has is no longer useful. And then he kind of explains, "Whoa, hey, easy, my mistake. If you were this is the year 2300, and Bastion City is over there. You need to go over
the
to
distant future, the year 2000.
the year 2000.
Yeah. Well, I thought we killed him. Like when I thought she kills him. No,
we can kill him. We can kill him. It's again early days.
I don't know. Like, are we that kind of game that like lots of violence?
I don't know. A 16-year-old girl killing the first person she meets. It's a bit.
Yeah, no, maybe not. Maybe
You get
she's a
grumpy.
robot. Nobody
when you're-
cares if it's a robot, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
when you're in a crowd pod, you get grumpy.
can make him a bad person.
But anyway, it's the idea here is that a lot of video games do that, is give you a little bit of a taste what comes later. So she does have this really cool weapon, but she doesn't have the batteries out. So she shot like the guy comes at her with the club or whatever, really low tech, and she's like, oh my god, this is really easy. I'll just shoot him with the laser, boom, and then she can get one shot, and then after that maybe she's in trouble because the battery runs out.
Right.
So she goes away from the cemetery. I'll make sure that I don't fall from this.
Thank you. Yeah, there's no fall damage, but go for the
took, like,
pacing.
Greg so long to put those little ramps here.
Those little ramps, yeah, those are mine, my created ones.
Anyway, one of the things like that we're discussing is there will be a lot of stuff to collect, a lot of stuff to find as you're walking from one place to the other. We like, me and Greg were talking today about how we like the idea of her getting to this place and having nothing and doing through exchange. Oh, she finds one item, she goes to the market and sells the item and gets something else, and they get something else. It keeps going until she can get something really good, like a weapon. Oh, I fell.
Oh,
I can't get out of here.
The orthographic perspective. Yeah.
Can I?
No,
Sorry.
there's no way out. You're trapped. You gotta start again.
Okay, let's start again.
You have to fly down the mountain this time.
My fault.
Yeah, that's something we have to look
I
at
told
too.
you, I'm the perfect test case for how sucky the game.
That's right. The next thing on my list to do was to put in a debug key where you press T just to teleport to a debug spawn point in case you get stuck.
Yeah.
And of course, that didn't get in, but there's always the replay button.
Okay, so where am I?
Where am I? Cool. So,
Uh,
moment up here. Make your way.
okay, now I'm gonna jump.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
That's for speed runners. You can speed run down and then speed run back up again.
So this is supposed to be a highway, right?
Yeah, just like an old road's been buried by the desert. That kind of went one way and then collapsed. I guess there's a collapsed tunnel going to the northeast.
Yeah.
And then the
If
idea
I go this way, you're free to explore, of course. And if I go this way and go to the canyon village, will be like a blockage here, be guards and a gate, so you won't be able to come here. But you're able to explore this scene and find things. And I'm stuck, Craig.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. No, you're fine. You guys gotta run in it.
I'm fine. I can jump too. What's the jump?
It's the 6-inch gap that gets her. You can't jump. There's no jumping.
No, but this is the rolling.
Yeah.
It's H, right? No. What is the?
I see the jumping attack. Yeah, you can't jump, but you can jump attack. That's something we should remedy. That's not good.
So this road that is open will take you to.
Yeah, the idea that this road is what connects, obviously, Bastion to the cemetery. So it's kind of like a well-traveled area. So there'll be markings, cars, things that they've placed to kind of lead you in that direction. But again, at the end of the game, we want players to be able to explore as well. So there will be areas to explore. You don't have to go to the city first. Because that's they want the game to be a bit open, but not open world.
So you arrive at the outskirts of the city.
Yeah.
This merchant will call out to Nova, says she wants to, buy and sell kind of thing. She wants to sell something, and because you already got one item, it says, "Hey, I don't buy this, but you should go to what's his name at the big store in the town, and he might buy it from you."
Called Nova's, which is an odd coincidence.
Yeah, it's like this store was called Nova's, and it's like, this is my name, so
what's going on?
So she goes and she finds the store called Nova's, and she's like, what the hell? Like, why this store is called Nova's? And then she gets in.
Yep.
She goes into the store, looking at the shop, and she finds something that this capsule, right? And the capsule has markings that she recognized from the spaceship.
From the Astrea, yeah.
Called the Astrea. So, and she tries to pick it up, but the guy goes, Fat Cat, which is the owner of the store, says, "Hey, he's trying to steal." And then this cut out a fat cat upside
Actually,
down.
from that perspective, looks like he's hanging from the ceiling and looking at you, but he's not. He's just upside down. He's an inverted sprite.
Yes. Anyway.
Thus, Capsule. She's speaking Shakespearean. There's no spell checker in the string editor, so I apologize.
Yeah, we're not doing that yet. Okay, and then he gives you a mission, which is like, I have this competitor of mine, and he has something that I want. If you steal that from him,
yeah,
I'll give you the capsule.
Yeah,
my arch Nemesis.
Nemesis, come on. Why someone knows that before?
I didn't know.
That's why I don't write things. This is what happens when I write things.
No, but I'm keeping that in the.
No, Nemesis.
So you go this way, which is
opens like a secret door or a door to the top, and the idea here, if you walk forward, is so this part here is kind of like your first sort of stealth climbing tutorial. So right now you just kind of beeline to the item and come back again, but here there'll be some clambering, some moving up some ladders.
Go behind.
So our game has two stealth mechanics, two Myers simple stealth mechanics. One is if enemies can't see you, they can't hear you. So you can stand behind enemies and do whatever you want. The other one is there's tall grass you can hide in eventually, which we'll talk about later. So this one just shows the idea that if enemies can't see you, they can't hear you. However, there will be a couple of things here you can do. I think the idea was that at one point she stumbles and knocks over a bunch of things, and it distracts one of the guards. So sounds will actually distract guards as well, or in this case, shopkeepers as well. So there'll be some gameplay here. Right now, it's just walk over,
pick it up, and
walk
very carefully.
Yeah.
Go back to the store.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Go down.
Mm-hmm.
That cat, I go. What do you? That's him.
There you go.
Okay, you can take the capsule.
Capule now.
Come on.
Again, cats can't say S's. We talked about this.
I'm gonna hire ChatGPT to replace. Okay, I can take the capsule.
Thanks.
Okay, I'll pick it up. So
Right.
This is okay. So
just close that window. Sorry, that's just close that. Close the window. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
now I get the capsule. The capsule has some stuff inside, right?
Right. So
So
if you
if
open
I
it up,
open my
there you go.
my inventory,
Mhm.
and I click on the capsule, I'll see what's inside. And then use it. What's inside? Some mysterious seeds and a power cell, and a letter from your father.
Right.
So this is a story moment that we have, revealing that your father somehow sent this from the future to you, even though it's impossible, or one would think is impossible.
One would think.
And with instructions, you need to plant the seeds at the center of town. I need you to like help me, blah 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 blah, to do this mission. I need you to plant this. No hope is the capstone, blah blah blah. Look, like we explained. So this is the coordinates. You plant the seed, tiny little tree, and of course it'll be beautiful. The tree is gonna grow, and there'll be like this magic Kinshfting, like the signal of the Kinshfting is activated. So the ghost of your mom, she's doing the ghost thing.
She's ghosting. Ooh, I'm back from the dead.
So now you have a little bit of a connection. You see the ghost of your mom, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm in the future." And then, that's the nice little exposition that you have in movies and stuff like that, explaining a little bit what's going on, but it's still very mysterious. Like, you're in the future, Dad's way in the future, and then what happens, Greg?
And then you read the note and you realize that there's the message from your father. Basically, that he gives them the objective that there's a drone he needs for some mysterious reason, and he's located the drone in the wreck of the Astrea, and it's at these coordinates. And so he sent this to Naomi to have her investigate.
But this is where the time thing comes. Like, he knows that is in the wreck of the Astrea, but in his time, the wreck of the Astrea is gone. It's like 10,000 years in the future. It's completely is not there anymore.
Yeah.
So he needs mom to take the drone and reassemble and make it work and send it to him in the future because he
Mhm.
needs it. And and then what else? So the mission now is to
Yeah, this is where, so that's where I want to go objectives. So now the idea is that Naomi has to head to the northeast to try and reach this signal right now.
Yeah.
So switch over to Kinshft.
now you because you have the Kinshft activated, you can control
Shift
Naomi.
between characters.
Naomi needs to get to where the ship is.
So another little gameplay note here. There'll be some gameplay here where she has to navigate ruins, break through obstacles, and kind of make her way through here. Right now, it's just a straight path. And here's the boat.
Yeah, in her time, this is an oil ocean, and she can cross it. The only way to cross it is this boat.
Yeah.
But she can't because it's missing something, right?
Yeah, it's missing a power cell.
A power cell, which Nova has it 900 years in the past.
So at the moment she does, but I'm thinking this moment should be like a crafting moment where it's actually you have to sort of gather materials and craft it. But for now,
me too.
For the sake of expediency, it's in Nova's background.
We'll simplify it a little bit, but it'll be harder to make the power cell work.
Yeah.
But now she needs to, you have a power cell, Nova. How convenient.
Hey. And she also communicates that she needs, in order to get the capsule to her, she has to put it in the power cell. Sorry, she has to put it in a safe place where it can stay hidden for 1,000 years, and nobody can recover it.
So the tree will be here, right? Just a side note.
The tree will be here
because Nova planted in the past. The tree will appear and will be already really big.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing we always have to think in 4 dimensions now, which is not it doesn't come naturally to human beings. So does Nova know where to put the?
So I think the idea here was that we'd have a moment where Naomi leads Nova's ghost to the entrance of the temple. So basically, imagine Nova's ghost is following you right now to the temple and goes, "Hey, it's in. Don't go inside. Oh, you can go back out. Go back out." Sorry. Yeah. So now she would say to her, it's inside there.
Okay,
that's the place.
Okay, so Nova follows
so
her.
Her ghost would be there already, but again, I didn't have time to get that in there. So
okay, so Nova goes there, and there'll be here she gets in trouble too. There'll be things that she needs to do to be stealth.
Yeah, it's kind of like an enhanced stealth with the priest.
This basket will be downstairs, right, in the catacombs, and she has to go stealth and get around things and blah blah blah.
Or maybe idea downstairs, yeah.
Maybe fight, and she gets to the catacomb.
We've actually talked about the city having somewhat of an underworld, a bit of a lower area.
Yeah,
I won't give away too much, but yeah. So
I'll just add.
Give her a seed too. Yeah, sure.
I'll give her a seed too.
Yep. Cool.
Okay.
So leave her there for 1,000 years.
Come on, it's only 900.
900. Sorry, I'm just being. So if you head back outside, there you go. Now swap to her. Yeah, she goes inside, and then she has some gameplay too. The idea being, just a few. The idea is this area in her time is forbidden. It's off limits to anybody. So, but she knows, therefore, no one's going to go inside and find the capsule, but she has to go in after it. So there'll be some drones here, some enemies to fight. Kind of a bit of our first combat tutorial.
Yeah, because they hate the old religion and the old temples, and they don't want any.
But she'll journey down underneath the temple to where this storage facility is, and recover these things, and then get back out again.
Cool.
Again, right now it's just a box.
All right. So now that I have the power cell, I go to the boat. Right.
Now you head back to the boat. Yeah, there's a little, and I think the idea is a little shortcut here.
I'm gonna jump.
Do it. No, she's there you go.
There you go. Okay, give me the boat. Night boat. Crime fighting boat. So I'll put the power cell in there.
Yeah. All right, and then
I'll get in.
Yeah, and I use it, and now some fantastic animation, and it drives off. There we go. Yeah,
Ship
that
it.
was all me, by the way. We don't need an animator. I got this.
No, yeah, we
I
don't need
got
it.
us covered.
Straight lines is with Greg.
Well, it's how Bliss drive. So actually, if you head over to the
So
the
this
idea,
is what she finds, right? She finds the ship is almost completely sunk in her time, so
can you
she's
show
not
it
able.
in the scene view, or do you just is it
No, it's fine. Yeah.
okay? It's the ship is sunk in the oil.
See
Sea.
just the top of the ship, and it's like, oh my god,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
can
it
I?
works. Okay,
How
cool.
can I? Is everything inside is probably spoiled and destroyed, and so what can I do? Maybe I'll talk to Nova.
Ah,
So this is one thing that you can do. You can do offshoots of the tree in different places to expand the Kinshft. Every time you
okay.
find a circle, which in the game would be like a special place that the trees will grow.
Yeah. So the idea is they can Kinshft in town, but you have to sort of explore, reach these markers, plant these markers, and then they're able to Kinshft between those locations. So the whole game is kind of going out and playing these little markers, so you're able to explore further with other characters.
So now you're back to Nova. Nova, because in the past it might be easier for her.
Well, there's no oil sea in the past.
Yeah, is it
Everything's beautiful and sandy.
So maybe the ship is a bit in a better state. So go back.
Yep.
On the road. We can have rides in this game. That's enough space here so you can ride the horses.
Oh, like a mount? Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to where I already know is
where it's already there. Yeah. If you didn't know, the giant text thing on the ground showing you exactly.
Yeah, like in real life.
Now you go to Nova's kind of combat scenario.
Yeah, Nova is not that easy to reach the ship because there'll be those robots here.
Spacebar. Oh, don't go off the cliff though.
I can go down the cliff. Yeah,
you could, but that would be cheating. And
so this areas here, I believe, is stealth, right? It's kind of like
this sort of borrowing a page from a game like Brawl Stars, where as long or Horizon Zero Dawn, I guess, as long as you're in the grass, you're hidden. So unless the enemy knows you're in there first, and they'll chase you in. But for now,
I'm a passenger, so I'm not gonna fight.
Oh, you're just going for it. Oh.
Oh my god.
Spacebar dodge. Spacebar dodge.
Ooh. Dodge? Oh, dodge.
Yeah.
No. I don't want to dodge.
You're just gonna run away. Oh.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
So
this is the area that you concepted earlier, just so everyone knows, with the robots that you saw.
This is the village, right?
The down ship in the glass desert.
Yeah. So
yeah,
take a while to fight if eventually.
But actually, I think was it Max's question earlier about what's the things that you like about this part of the process, and things you hate about this part of the process. The worst part is having to show stuff that's super janky like this because it looks terrible because you don't have time to go in and do every little thing. But,
I love it. Come on.
I mean, I know you love it. I feel bad when the guards are just kind of.
People can use their imagination too.
Can you run off the aggro?
The aggro?
Yeah. So I guess the idea is you charge into an area. You aggro the guards, and what's going to happen at that point?
That's good.
I guess it depends. It depends where. I think you probably can in some areas, but I would say other areas like this area here, which is kind of like the main village area, would have a gate. You had to sort of like defeat a few guards and find the key or unlock in some way. So, I think a little bit of that's okay, but I definitely want you to be able to run through and train and everything and ignore combat. This should feel dangerous. Nova should be. So again, that's I guess another problem with showing this that early. The idea here is that this should be a dangerous area, and that Nova should be encouraged to use her stealth mechanics. And if she doesn't, she gets punished. So
yeah, if I kill the guys from behind, it's way easier, right?
It's a one hit as long as you can hit them. Yeah, she's still learning. She's still early. You got to increase your hit percent chance. So no, that's just bad colliders. I'm sorry. He snuck down after you.
Found the ship. Oh,
So you can't outrun anger. They're coming after you.
oh,
However, they can dodge bullets. So
Mom's
he's-
here. Mom.
Oh no! See, yeah. However, he's much more passive now. He's just following you around because you're missing so much. He's actually giving you a chance. He's like, you know what?
He just wants to talk.
It can't be that
because
hard to hit.
playing
I'm
on
right
the-
here. I'm standing right.
playing on
My
the-
back is to you. Oh, finally.
Okay.
All right.
I'm playing the keyboard.
So if you there's joystick inputs. So if you go between the thrusters there and hit that. So,
So
the idea,
the idea here is that Naomi will tell you that you need to make the ship watertight so it can float in the future.
yeah,
So you cannot get in the ship here. It's impossible, but you can go into a panel on the outside.
yeah. It's also another good reason to sort of be stubbing all these things in because you can kind of get like where the moments are we're missing. Like when you first enter the scene, you have to know that's Nova's objective is to get down there and steal the ship. Right now, you don't, so you have to add that part in there and so on.
Yeah.
There'll
So
definitely be bugs left after
I press this. She locks the ship. There's a big like scalloped armor that goes around everything in the ship, like the Batmobile. Remember the Batmobile from the Val Kilmer movie? That he presses the button and the Batmobile goes. Bloop. Or is it
wasn't that from the
original Batman?
I think it was original Batman, wasn't it?
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
There'll be lots of bugs left for the beta.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because every time you fix one, you introduce 3, right? So
yeah,
especially Greg, he likes to put things in the last minute.
I do. Well, at that point when we ship it, probably not. But plus, it's always fun to watch. Like, I mean, if one day someone speedruns their game, which would be incredible. I hope there's bugs in there they can find that can help them exploit things and not game.
Yeah. That's what the community will help us find. So now that I lock the ship,
if you go back to, I mean, you can walk up there if you want. But yeah, if you switch back to Naomi. And right now we're missing this moment, but the idea is the ship, if you go over there now, has actually, well, it's because it was airtight. It didn't actually sink, and now it's actually available for Naomi to get into. So,
but
she enters the ship.
because it didn't sink, is also being taken over by the robots, right?
Right. Well, you don't know that yet.
Yeah, but
that's a surprise when you pick up the drone.
Oh yeah, so the drones are there. You probably some crafting. She needs to reassemble the drone, get the pieces.
Well, like I said, the idea here is that it's the interior. It's probably a pretty big moment because this is like this spaceship that they landed here on, 900 years ago, or actually, I guess further back than that now.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so
we'll take some creative liberties with it.
Yeah, there'll be some exploration here, and you'll find some like old, maybe some old meaningful things. I think we talked also about maybe this is a place. This is the part where Naomi actually gets her wrench back, which would be kind of cool. Maybe when she fights in the temple, we fight with something like really, really simple, like she picks something up as a makeshift weapon, and now she actually gets her wrench.
Like a parrot.
Like a parrot?
Yeah, simple.
Okay, so there's a parrot. Okay, all right. I'll add that.
Robot parrot. So okay, she got the drone, and then.
Well, so basically now it's just head back to the and this part isn't actually in there yet, but you head back to the tree. You would, and this is the part where I was talking about too. Is in some way we have to get the drone connected to the tree,
because that's what Niles tells you to do.
And then, and once you do that, then we have that moment that now you connect to Niles, and Niles appears, and you see the horrifying vision of the future.
Does he appear, or he just?
No, he doesn't appear right now. No,
okay.
No, that was
the tree be already bigger, and you're gonna actually Kinshft to Niles. You're gonna see Niles in the future. You're gonna play as Niles, but you're gonna see just a limited area because the tree is gigantic and there's fog and there's different things, and that concept with the drone kind of integrated to the tree. Part of the idea is that because you integrated the drone in the past and it grew with the tree, Niles now has an interface that he can actually talk to the tree in the future. How do you like that? I just came up with that idea right now.
That's perfect. I like that. That's good.
That's why I get paid the $0. Anyway, that's more or less the high level of it.
The gist,
Of course,
yeah.
is missing quite a bit. How long was that? Like, how long have you been playing for?
What time you start? Oh, hang on.
15 minutes.
Actually, so if we talked about the Plymouth 72, 5:30 you started roughly. So no, that wasn't. What? No, that wasn't 40 minutes.
It was, let's say 20 minutes. With all the extra stuff we're gonna add, it's gonna be about an hour, right?
I think so. Well, yeah. I mean, well, put me like 40 minutes if you kind of beeline it, but an hour or more if there's other you explore and do more content.
And more for completionists, right?
Yeah.
It's people that want to find everything, to talk to everybody, to find all this secondary missions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we'll leave it in a cliffhanger for the rest of the game.
Yeah. We're also talking too about how what we really want to do, because Gabe, you mentioned earlier about the Hades thing, didn't you? What was your thing with Hades?
Yeah, we're talking about having early access.
Yeah.
And people be able to play it and discuss and say, hey, we need more of this, less of this.
Yeah. The other thing we talked about too is the fact that what's good about Hades is a roguelike game. So there's like lots of replayability built into the game that you want to play it again and again. And so what are ways in this first playable we can add things, maybe decisions the player makes or paths the player took that could have different repercussions. So there's a reason to kind of go back and play again and kind of see what the consequences of your actions were.
Cool. I'm sure you guys will have lots of questions and send it our way. We're still here for a while, so I'm gonna start drawing.
Okay.
What do you guys like it? Like, should be longer, should be shorter? What you want to see? You want to see lots of fights, or you want to see more complicated puzzles?
That's a good question. It's like what if you guys had to if you had to sort of weight this first playable, we're like, what percent would you want to see combat and what percent would you want to see exploration? Like, how much combat would you want to see in the game? Is it 50-50? 80-20?
80% combat?
General question.
We're not gonna do that. This game is gonna be more puzzle than fight, probably. But we're not trying to make Hades here.
No.
But we want the fights to be in meaningful places, or between exploration and puzzles and stuff like that. So
yeah. I think the point that Unstable was saying about being able to run off aggro, I think it'll be like encounters you can just kind of run through and sort of avoid if you want to, but of course reasons to engage in them. Like this game will have crafting. You are able to sell things in town, so there'll be enemies that you just will want to take down. Especially with the idea of like rare drops, so there's a chance an enemy can drop something like issue 1 of a comic book that you can then sell. That kind of idea. So there'll be the ability to run past mobs in certain situations, but there'll be incentive to stay engaged with them because you'll actually get valuable things for them. NPCs will respawn eventually. We'll have some kind of respawning mechanic. Ideally, we'll have some sort of, I almost said randomization. Not randomization, but some variance in the respawn. So you don't always see the same thing. In fact, actually having a reason to come back, because once in a while you get like a rare boss character or a rare mob showing up. Maybe after you battle through the area of the wrecked ship, and you finish the ship area. Next time Nova comes back, they've actually brought in a patrol now. There's a patrol kind of moving around, like a high level patrol that you have to you can try to take down, but you're too low level or so on. So definitely using NPCs and new enemies to create reasons to come back, because things have changed in the world. Not just changing across eras, but in your own world, things will change. Actions you took will have consequences. Theoretically, fight as much as you want. Theoretically you could. I don't see why not.
Maybe the enemies will always respawn. Right?
I think so. Well, I mean, yeah, but there has to be like a time lead. You don't want to Zelda style. You exit level, come back in, they're all there again. Or maybe you do. I don't know. But
you have something like The blood moon
The
has
blood moon's
risen.
rising. No. I do like the idea of like escalating enemies though. Like as you know, once you clear a zone, more powerful enemies show up and so on. So it's kind of like a reason to sort of push within each level. So
Mm.
somewhere out there, there's the robot. You know, Geppetto will actually come out of his shack and fight you at some point. However, you have to go back and cause enough havoc for him to come out.
Poor Geppetto, he's old.
Well, people can fight, can't they?
You fight?
I don't know.
He'll send his robots to fight you.
He does.
He'll just type something really, really good in the prompt, like a haiku
Yeah.
that tells them to.
Yeah. It'd be bad if you're struggling with combat. That's true. That's true. That could be bad if you're struggling with combat. I guess if the game is since the game is going to be more puzzle than combat, we definitely don't want combat to be a gate. That's pretty frustrating. You're just trying to like explore and you keep getting your butt handed to you. If they're roughly have difficulty levels as well, so that might not be as bad. I don't know if we'll go as easy as story difficulty, but maybe we will. Again, it depends what the community says. If it's too hard for everybody and they want like an easier mode, totally. But there'll definitely be a hard mode for those of you who like to punish yourselves.
Yeah, games are getting easier and easier. Like it's.
Well,
I think for one love to see games that are a little bit harder.
Yeah. I think you brought this point up last time, didn't you? You're saying like there's just so many games out there that if the game is too hard, you just kind of leave it and go to something else.
Yeah,
so that must be part of the reason. Like, you know, it's you want to keep people's attention, and nothing will kill your attention. Well, it depends on the kind of gamer you are.
Do we foster that kind of thing and make people, you know, it's too hard? And there's some games that are like the appeal is that because they're hard, right? Like
yeah, but
Dark Souls. You don't want to make Dark
Souls. Oh man, yeah. Elden Ring. I haven't picked that one up yet, but I heard it's one of the more merciful of the series. I have Shadows dies twice, and I keep dying more than twice.
Yeah, we don't want people to be like one thing that is kind of like a secret objective for this is to have parts of the world that you'll be able to hang out and do things and not be pressured by, you know, always have to move forward.
Yeah.
I really wanted to try and do something like that. You know, like there is exploration that you can keep exploring, keep finding things. And so I don't know, if you always have to fight someone, it might be a bit too punishing. I don't know.
Yeah. We also talked about the idea that, you know, there are ways around fighting by thinking, which is part of that whole first thing when Nova's like where the robots are, you know, like if you use stealth properly, you should be able to get by things. However, if you just want to charge in and start fighting guys, you're able to do that too. So
will Naomi still be able to turn the blade enemies to help her?
Yeah, it's one of her abilities. Yeah, it's like just to have helpers, either to like reprogram or craft her own drones. That'll just be fun to do.
It'd be cool if like she can potentially convert anybody, but you need like something. You need to evolve that, you know, I don't know, Beastmaster ability or whatever, you know, Robomaster.
Yeah.
To a point that like maybe you can even convert the boss, but you need to be like up there, like.
You know, the phone that Nova needs to steal. Maybe that phone is what sends the message to the robots. Maybe. To control them.
You keep forgetting that the phones don't work in this place, but anyway.
Well, the old man's phone works. He's got it plugged into the
so maybe he can get access to Geppetto's machine.
Okay, are we starting to get questions? Okay, so Unstable's asking, or commenting. I was looking at games that try to innovate the genre of being big into games with an overworld exploration mechanic. Explore and find something that Quest does not take you to and find surprises. Totally. That's a big part of this. I think the idea is that there's a main storyline, there's a main quest path that takes you through things. But even in here, you know, the idea that Naomi has the objective to, you know, reach the Astrea, directly the Astrea across the LLC. Well, that's her objective. Nova doesn't actually have one. Nova can now go and adventure and do whatever she wants, as can Naomi. But I think the intent is to have lots of like side content and things to explore, because we definitely want the game to like just lead you to every point of interest. Definitely not. And even so, there's reasons to go back and backtrack with other characters too. Like actually in Gabe's concept right here, Gabe, the idea here is that because this is technically across the Oil Sea, so the Oil Sea is also flooded this area. So that graveyard and temple at the top of the hill is like the one floating thing in this area. So eventually, if you explore with Naomi, you can actually reach that and find it for yourself, but it might not be part of the story. Puzzles to find and solve, something that gives you a break from the normal gameplay loop. Yeah, exactly. I think that should be a huge part of it. And the abilities will also do that too. As you gain new abilities, while they can use them in combat, they'll also be traversal ones. So, eventually when Nova does reactivate her drone, it'll give her the ability to grapple and kind of go up, high or steep surfaces, so she can climb a 6-meter wall or 5-meter wall. I can't remember what it is right now, but up a wall using the drone. Or which would be really cool too, if you can do it, would be she could use it as a zip line, so attach to one point and then zip it down to another. But she has to have a drone on both ends. So that's like the upgrade step 2. So tier 1 is drone on one end, grapple to something. Tier 2 is drone on both ends. But yeah, that's coming up next. Hard mode is always fun. Hard mode is always fun. Yeah, I totally agree. Elden Ring, yes, I know. One day I'll play that possibly. TJ, for combat, is going to be RPG and stuff for like leveling. We talked about this. I think the idea is, that because this game was going to be about crafting and collecting things, I think a lot of the stats or the combat benefits should be baked into the weapons and armor. So as you level up your weapon, as you get new weapons, as you get new armor or craft new armor, that's what kind of carries you forward. But you should at least, probably the health stat is something that you can kind of increase over time. Pretty much like Zelda style, I guess. Maybe as we have health boosts or health potions, so ways you can we have a food market, right? So why not have a food market where if you bring the right ingredients to the right chef, he cook you a food that actually will boost your health to like triple for a while, so you can actually go into a harder part of the game and and survive for longer. So yes. Sets beside gear other than abilities like base stats you can level. Oh yeah, so yeah, same with TJ's question. I think the idea is we're going to keep it to probably just health, and then so there'll be those base stats. There'll be stats tied to the weapons, so weapons can increase your attack speed and so on. And armor can increase your dash cooldown and that kind of thing. And then we have the whole Kinshft tree, which is basically, as you start planting these seeds and these trees, you start earning Kinshft points. I don't know if you want to talk about that too, Gabe.
Yeah.
And those will also sort of like contribute to your abilities and unlock new things that the characters can do. Because again, if in a game that isn't like completely combat driven, 100% combat driven, we don't want it to be like an RPG grindy kind of game. So how do we put those stats in other aspects of the characters that better facilitate things like crafting and exploration and finding rare enemies and uncovering secrets and solving puzzles? Cool.
Gonna put a little beetle here.
Oh. Cool. Yeah, no, that's awesome and stable. He's just saying that it's cool to be open to the process. Yeah, I'm glad everyone likes it. We were kind of a bit nervous first because it's just like seeing that playthrough. It's just so bare bones. Like you get why somebody wouldn't want to show that before it's done, because it's like, yeah, there's not really a whole lot here right now. But it's kind of the process you go through. Like even other companies I've been at, that even like when you build missions, that's what you do. It's like, we don't have these moments, we don't have these mechanics yet, so just put in a screen, put in a black splash. It's like NIS here. You will see this.
Yeah, right.
It just happens. But just the public doesn't usually see it until it's done, because obviously you don't.
It's very refreshing. Like for me, like I spend my life hiding my process as an artist. You know what I mean? Like I always wanted to have that magic. just appear in front of people.
I'm laughing because I remember you being not bad for that, but I remember it was like, hey, can I see this thing? You're like, no, it's not ready yet. You can't see it till it's done.
Yeah, no, artists do that, right?
I just want to see it. I won't criticize it. I'm just curious.
So. Yeah, it's because like you spend all your life and people would just go and see things halfway done and they completely misunderstand it. Like so many times that happened to me that I became, a lot of artists are like that. You want to like get to a point where,
That explains a lot. Because I was used to Wilson where he made us show work in progress.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I want to be surprised. I think there's magic in art, you know what I mean? Like, and I just wanted to be able to wow people all the time. But like for this, it would be, I don't know, honestly, a bit stupid not to leverage, the potential of having people around us because we're so small. And, you get older, you get a bit more confident that you can just, whatever, this sucks. We'll fix it, right? Yeah.
Trust us, we'll get there. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see it like one day when you get to play this, like all of you guys, you're gonna remember all of this. You're gonna remember the lives that are gonna be online, and you're gonna remember. Oh yeah, you remember how this used to look? The first time you see it, that with art, with effects, with animation, with music, and you play through it, and you go, "Oh my god, I remember when this was a box." You know what I mean?
That's true. Actually, I even remember when we were at Kabam, because TJ's here. TJ's is back when we were doing prototypes, like way back in the day. I remember I was taking some videos just to show some gameplay ideas, and then like 2 years later, I went back and found those videos. I was like, that's so cool to see like where it was like 2 years ago and where it came to. So it'd be neat to see like the process kind of evolve and see, because you also kind of forget like where you were, like after 2 years working on a game, you kind of forget where it started. So it's kind of cool to see like.
And sometimes you forget good things too, and they'll help us not forget the good things, because sometimes we move on from something,
right?
And if we visit it back, we'll just go, why we walked away from this? This used to be so cool, like, and then we can backtrack if possible, right? So
yeah,
it will be an interesting thing.
Yeah, actually, even to the point of it, like not showing something until it's ready is actually, I actually think it's actually been kind of cool the last little while, because even like this level, like that Gabe's been like concepting, or even the ship, like, as the level designer, those weren't ready, like they were just kind of blocked in. They were super fast, but Gabe wanted a concept, and his concept on top of things are giving me ideas for how to like sort of iterate on the next step. So what's cool about showing it early is there's a lot more back and forth, and I think it's going to be a cooler end product, because it's not just like, let me finish first, here it's done. It's kind of like, let's like work on this together and get some new ideas. Because your ideas are cool, but collaborating with other people is always more interesting, because they make you think of things that you didn't think of.
Yeah, right. It's almost like, in a way, is a good selfish thing to do, because I know when I'm talking to you guys, the ideas just come a mile a minute. If I'm sitting by myself here in my office, they'll come, but you don't have that kind of back and forth, right?
Yeah, I think it's always better when you collaborate. Things are always going to get better.
Let me see
pushing each other.
What I want.
You want to see those videos, TJ? I don't have them anymore. It's funny when you leave a company, they terminate your account and you lose all your stuff.
What do you?
Oh, the videos from I'm assuming the videos from Kabam, from Realm of Champions, like way back when we were doing like gray block prototypes with.
I have everything.
You have all the prototype videos too?
I have so much, like, because I was like at Kabam for a long time, and for a long time I used my own computer before they even come home and work at night. So I will use my computer, and so I do have a lot of things that even Kabam doesn't. Even Kabam doesn't know exists.
They do now.
They possibly do now.
They do now, like what I'm talking about. They still don't know.
You have boxes of Kabam secrets.
Kabam secrets. Same at EA. Like remember when EA where everybody got laid off. You know? People keep files.
People keep their stuff. Yeah. I just never thought to keep those things, so I kind of wish I had now.
Yeah, I just want to go back and look. I've been finding a lot of old stuff and
I run out of storage.
no, I keep buying external.
You got a wall of hard drives.
Terabytes.
No, I do. Like I just bought an 8 terabyte external drive.
Nice.
I don't want to lose anything.
You should put it in the cloud somewhere. It's
the problem with the cloud is that they go to the cloud and then you need to download something big and
I suppose, yeah.
I do have tons in the cloud too, but it's not really readily available.
Right.
I wonder how long stuff will last in the cloud.
Yeah, I know. Or your career will be like never happen if there's like some kind of EMP that goes off.
AI will figure out how to get into the cloud and just use all that art.
Yeah.
It'll be Gabe. A whole section on Gabe.
I know. Have you ever tried to like type something on Midjourney like that is like, oh, do something in the style of Andy Fuller? You should try and see if your style has been already
is a thing
captured by.
I find it hard. It's like you do something, then you search for it, and there's like 5 other people who have done it, almost very similar.
I know.
That's cool.
Let's go home. Everything's been done.
Yeah, we're forced to kind of make stuff look alike with the technology, like what software we use, what programs. There's only, but it's getting better. You can always do stuff different.
Oh, this when I see AI art nowadays, I'm pretty much, immediately know that is AI art.
Yeah,
everything's becoming so like similar. I see, like I was in the gas station and I saw an ad, like a banner, and there was a character there that looked suspiciously close to a Pixar character. And I was like, nah, I don't think they hired an artist to do this. I think they used AI to, and it looked too much like a Pixar character. Not like any specific Pixar character, but a character that is advertising gas in the style of Pixar. You know what I mean?
It's amazing how much it's spread already in children's books. People designing games on Kickstarter. I swear I saw some of that stuff.
Oh yeah, tons. Kickstarter has a thing now. They have to check when you make a campaign if you use AI. You have to disclose. So
yeah, that's cool. I want to say something, but I don't want to add a secret to the game that will spoil it for everybody. So maybe I'll save it.
What?
Huh?
Add what?
I mean, I have an idea, but I don't want to spoil any secrets in the first playable. That's kind of the funny bit.
Secrets.
Does anybody care? Just skip past this part. We can always blip it out.
Yeah, they won't remember.
No, remember? Okay, good. I like that that elevated like subway tunnel you have there in the center of the map.
Here?
No, on the right side. The two.
Oh, this is like an elevator railroad.
Yeah. I mean, Nova can use her ability to cross those gaps. That tunnel could actually lead into the underground tunnel in the other map, in the Canyon Road.
Okay, so I'll put it.
And
right
that's the entrance in there.
There you
then
go.
You can actually have the under part of the.
All right, there you go. Done.
Done.
This is how games are made.
That's it. Put a black door.
This decision right here will be 2 weeks in a bigger studio.
Right.
Will
There
be
you go.
like,
Done.
I'll be like, oh, I don't know. What's the consequences of having a tunnel? Blah blah. No, let's do it. I'm
No,
like
it's good.
Willie E. Coyote.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I
Only
painted the hole here. Now she can go through. Done. What else?
No, I like that. I was trying to think of like ways we can sort of like in big ways inject big secrets, because we're always gonna have like a lot of little things. I'm just trying to think of like when you're constantly in this, ways we can, because these three areas are in a line, right? Bastion is here.
Yeah, Bastion
Death Road is here.
Bastion is this way.
Yeah.
The
Canyon Road's up that way. So these three
two other directions that we still have not reviewed, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the future we'll expand, but for the first playable, how can we? I like that tunnel leading into the underground part of the canyon would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's good. Yeah, because we have a cave on the other one.
Yeah, exactly. But with no viable entrance, so it could be that you could go from the cave there, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then that would be some. No, it won't be. It won't be submerged in Naomi's time, will it?
It would.
I'm looking at the, because the top of it touches. It's interesting because you have to think about it in two different time periods too. So
yeah.
Like where would the oil level be roughly if we had to?
The oil level.
Yeah.
This is pretty high on the other thing.
Yeah.
So the oil level could be not even. Doesn't need to be too high.
Has to be high enough that she can reach it from Bastion City, though, right?
So maybe half away on this road here.
Right.
Here. Then everything here.
Or that tunnel is what actually spews out the oil. So the tunnel isn't the underground area isn't there in Naomi's time, but it is there in Nova's time.
So like coming here, like
possibly it's like an oil waterfall,
like a oil fall.
Oil fall. There you go. Yeah, beautiful slick oil fall.
Like so, everything is submerged here.
Yeah, so you can still get across.
Maybe we can get. This is an island.
That could be kind of cool. Yeah, just like little areas that are.
Yeah. This is here. This is here. Little things. Little islands.
A robot bathhouse.
There you go. That's cool. That's okay. So I didn't want to smudge up your concept. I was just thinking about how it looks in two time periods, just so that the ideas. I like it though.
Yeah, soon we'll have to think the third one too.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Bastion, we know. This one, I don't know.
It's good to always start with this because I can destroy everything. Destroying is always more fun. I can't
as much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that everything needs to be potentially more destroyed in Naomi's time, but it could be, this pyramid here, could be bigger in Naomi's time and build like some kind of like fortress, like a shogun fortress, like machine warlord. So everything's kind of sunk into the oil, but this part is bigger, quite more developed. Maybe you can have a little bit of a not here because maybe they built this more and the waterfall is here and they have some kind of machine that moves with the oil flow and maybe some of those pumps,
Cool, yeah.
To be more built instead of less in this case.
Yeah.
That top part could be a refinery.
The top part? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the language they established with the pipes, but building almost like a castle out of it. You know.
That could be kind of neat.
Um,
Then it actually leads into the next zone, the zone to the north, to northwest. Possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
Like a busted amusement park ride. It's a small world oil ship or something. It's a small world oil ship. That ride terrifying at Disneyland with those little dolls singing as you drive up the thing. I went a long time ago. They probably changed it since then.
But
It's a small world
less
ride.
terrifying.
Yeah. What am I talking about? Just rambling. No, Max mentioned like a busted amusement park ride. The sort of the oil rig area. It's like a small world oil ship. Like it's a small world. I'm assuming from the Disney thing.
Oh yeah.
And there's a ride at Disneyland. Yeah, I probably should give some backstory to that. That was an odd comment out of nowhere. There's a ride at Disneyland called "It's a Small World" that you have to go through. I went on it like years ago. There's always little dolls singing like "It's a Small World" the entire time. It's kind of like psychotic in a lot of ways.
I thought they were going to close that.
They probably did. I went like a long time ago, like Expo 86 years. So it was a long time ago.
So were you 86?
He was sooner than that. They were just working on the Indiana Jones like Temple of Doom ride or something like that. So
Right, I remember.
Star Tours was there. Star Tours, Michael Jackson and Captain EO.
Captain EO.
Yeah, there's some 3D stuff. Star Tours. There's a yeah.
Now they have a whole Star Wars land.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
I've heard that Star Wars land and
Star Tours is not
Marvel land.
You go to Chernobyl's. They have their little Ferris wheel and rides all still there.
In Chernobyl?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
That would be creepy.
We do have Chernobyl tours.
I don't know. I played Stalker, which is like a first-person shooter that takes place in Chernobyl, and it's
Oh, wow.
it's a pretty dark place. It's a good game, dark place.
I heard the team went there, right, to take references to them.
Probably, yeah.
All the mutated animals.
And worse, the crazy old people that still want to live there.
Yeah,
They still are living there.
Those scare me.
As long as they don't dig up the ground, I think.
Max is saying that robots could repurpose animatronics. Kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, I remember that from. Have you ever read "Give Me Liberty"? It's a Frank Miller comic from
No.
the 80s or 90s. It's kind of like a sci-fi thing where the United States there's a second civil war.
Okay.
And they show a map and all the secession in all the different places, California, Texas, and there's one, the Florida is kind of like, it's called Wonderland or something like that. It's just is one gigantic amusement park that the robots kind of like separated from the Union too and became their own country.
Right.
So yeah, that's
Interesting. I found a map, but it's not the one you're talking about, I'm going to assume.
Yeah, it keeps showing different states, right? Because it goes through like the distant year of 2013,
right,
until I don't know 2010.
1996 to 2013, 2012.
Yeah. So yeah, the main character is called Martha Washington, and she's a black girl she was born in the projects in Chicago, and that's her story, like going through like the American history of the future.
That's
and
cool.
she becomes like a soldier of the Pax Americana, and she's sent to the Amazon to fight the Big Boy Burger Corporation because they're it's called Give Me Liberty. And
I'm googling it.
yeah, no, Max is asking like, and
Okay.
it's amazing. It's Frank Miller at his height, like when he couldn't do no wrong. And the art is by Dave Gibbons, right? By Watchmen. So
That's cool.
It's
meanest
really, really cool. There's a
thing
lot
ever.
of commentary about like in the state. I think he got a lot of things right, by the way. At
Yeah.
the time when you read it, it's like felt really dystopian. Um, so he has like really crazy stuff. The Surgeon General is this cloner guy, and he decides to make his own country too.
Mr.
There's
Clean,
like
apparently.
there's like all kinds of crazy like groups from the future, like gay Nazis that like take over the orbital laser. So it's like a big war, and they're trying to like bring the country together again. It's really, really cool. And I used to read it like every couple of years because I loved it so much.
That's cool.
I think there's
Not all.
three books like this: Give Me Liberty, Martha Washington Goes to War, and the third one. The 90s, man, when the comics were big thing with Image Comics and Dark Horse and all those guys.
Right. That's cool.
There was money in comics, even people were just not like today. Drawing rocks makes me relaxed.
Drawing rocks.
Yeah. I think we're missing something here, something around this area here. Something that you can do, like a store. No, maybe a store, no, because you start the game here, right? So you don't want too much. Some activity, I don't know, or some landmark or something. I don't know.
Maybe the Undertaker's down there.
Oh, the Undertaker. Maybe we
Yeah.
can have different levels of the cemetery. Maybe the bottom part is where the lower castes are.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of cats you can buy. They're on
This is
sale.
like royalty cemetery on the top, and the bottom. What's the name of the Jewish cemetery in Jerusalem? Famous one. The Mount of Olives Cemetery. Take a look at the cemetery. It's crazy.
The Mount of Olives.
Yeah.
Okay. Mount.
Yeah. The Mount of Olives Jewish Cemetery is an ancient Jewish cemetery. There's no like a single place that is not covered by
Wow.
graves.
And crap.
And they look really, really old. So I kind of want to do something. Maybe here is where the regular people are all the graves are here.
Okay.
And on top is the more like the rich and famous.
Yeah.
So, and
that's cool. I mean, it'd be good to have, because like we have on the southwestern side, we have Bastion, which is like a city of civilization. On the northeastern side, we have the robots, and they're kind of like their house, their homes. So maybe this part's a bit more wild, a bit more
actually, to this side, if you look at the map we posted on Kickstarter,
yep,
there is a city to the left. It's more like a old abandoned city, kind of like
I think I know what you're talking about.
So like half sunk, like, so the buildings and kind of like taken over by the sea.
Okay.
I think it would be pretty cool to have something like that, like mix between Venice and Osgiliath from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
No, like Osgiliath's kind of like the river is taking over, and the ruins and stuff like that. So we can have that if you want.
That's kind of cool. The spare parts store, but maybe like like a repair shop for the robots.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but what do you do there? Like, what is
Like-
the activity, or it's just like a visual?
Big Al's custom caskets. Um,
Maybe this area here you can actually go around the graves, and maybe you find one of those guys, like a guy's undertaker, or somebody selling something, like a traveling salesman, instead of like the ones that you see in Zelda sometimes.
right.
You can have bad guys hidden in there. It's like New Orleans. You're not supposed to go into the graveyard at night, not because it's wrong, but you'll get mugged. And all the graves are above ground. It's pretty. It's like a maze going in there.
Let's see. New Orleans Cemetery.
Early gear shop with some terrible deals. I bet. It's like he's trying to hustle you.
Yeah.
He's up his coat and he's got like a glass switchblade. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
They have a big Louis Armstrong statue out in front.
in New Orleans.
Yeah. And it's creepy because just across the street you go to get gas and there's you can't go in the store and there's bulletproof glass. And so that you're talking to the person through the window and it's at night and you pull your wallet out.
Oh my god.
You're just like, what?
And right beside the cemetery?
Yeah. And then, you can just look.
The worst items for ridiculous prices. That's cool. Actually, we had a conversation about that today. That was cool. Gabe, you mentioned like the idea that people from this time period have found relics that they think are kind of useless because they don't know what they do. Because Nova knows what they are, she kind of unlocks their potential and makes them valuable. Like your idea of the music box. It's just a box. No one knows what it does. It's just a box. But then she takes it, she pulls out the key and she plays it. And now suddenly, oh wow, it plays music. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and then she can sell it for a higher price. So
yeah. Maybe this guy here is like a junk salesman. He's trying to hustle you and sell you this really garbage crap. But at the end of the day,
it's not crap.
Figure out how to use it, or or maybe you get the music box, but in order to get the music box to work, you have to find the key, and somewhere in the world is a music box key. I don't know. That could be kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I think of like, if you ever seen that YouTube show where they show like kids like stuff from like grown up, they're adults, time period, like a telephone. The kid's like, "What? I don't know what this is. How are you supposed to use it? This is crazy." And then you show them like, "What?
What is this disc?
What is you dial it? What's going on there?" Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, the idea of like you can find items and give them new life in this.
Yeah, and maybe Naomi's thing, because she's an engineer, she can find old broken down things and repair them, and then she can like sell those or like give them off to something.
Right.
So that every character has kind of an idea of like of a salvage mechanic where you're crafting things or solving these like mysteries in the world in a different way.
Yeah, because if Naomi is the one that can fix things and Nova is not that inclined,
right?
Maybe she needs Nova's help too, or Naomi's help too. Maybe she finds the parts for the music box, but she doesn't know how to work it, and Naomi would help her find the pieces. And
but my kids, the internet didn't exist is impossible. Yeah, it's a weird time to believe to watch. We were actually watching. My son for some reason got into the X-Files. I guess because he heard the theme song and really liked it. So he's like, "We should watch the X-Files." And X-Files has no internet. Maybe they have like really basic internet. I forget.
A lot of things that I watch now, like from that time, is like, this whole plot could be solved with a cell phone call.
The phone call, just call.
Exactly. Yeah, like that. Oh my god, how can I tell him that this comedy of errors thing? Like, no, we missed each other. It's like nowadays it's just a text.
Yeah, we've lost Mulder. Just use Find My Phone. He's right there. I know.
You can have Tesla be a Knight Rider.
The Knight Rider.
The whole car lights up. Ooh.
Wow, something happened.
You get some stuff early and expensive in Time Capsule Naomi. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, the time capsule mechanic, we should think more about that, like how that works. Because like right now, we have the idea of the time capsule that somehow Niles is sent back to Nova, and Nova has a time capsule. Does she have to put things in a time capsule for them to be transferred into the future, or are there certain things that have to be time capsuled and certain things that don't have to be time capsuled?
Yeah, like there's a lot of possibility in there. I've been thinking about how we can make this very interesting, because the
Yeah.
time capsule, yes, you for an easy kind of straightforward way to send things to the future, time capsule. But there's
Right.
questions around that, like is a time capsule always 100% guaranteed that's gonna work?
Well, yeah.
Or like sometimes people find sunk ships and there's bottles of wine there and the wine's spoiled, right? So there is a fail rate. Are we willing to do that, or is always a guarantee that you're gonna succeed? And the
Right.
second one is that idea of the quantum boxes that we talked, that I really like that idea.
Yeah.
That there'll be places in the world that exist in a state of superposition, right? So maybe you have to earn some or buy or build some or whatever. They'll be hard to get by, but eventually you have a place that you'll be able to send things or combine things across time. I really love that idea. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities in that area, I think.
Yeah, and Max is saying like organics could degrade, but things don't. But we also talked before about like the idea that if you send the olive, you put it in a time capsule, it arrives as an olive. If you don't put it in a time capsule, it ferments or changes or does something over time.
Yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, we talked about the wine idea, right?
Yeah, the whiskey.
Nova can put some grape juice somewhere, and then
Crap, yeah,
and then Naomi will get the best wine, So that would be great. But yeah, when we say time capsule, in a way, I was thinking more of a suspended animation thing, right? It's not like, because even time capsules degrade things, so they now put the organics. So it is a time capsule that has a suspended animation device.
Right. But it's something that you can craft repeatedly. Is it something that exists in limited numbers? Are they rare? Like, is the time capsule that Niles sends back the time capsule?
No, Niles has a completely different way to deal with that. I think his way of influencing the past would be the most interesting part.
That's interesting.
Yeah, no, like I don't want to like commit to anything right now because I think it's still early. But his way of dealing with the past is completely out there.
Right. Yeah.
He could, thinking of time as a circular device. I've been reading a lot about different time travel and time modes, right? So you have like linear time, you have circular time, which is something that we've been talking about, but there's also vertical time, and vertical time, it's even crazier. So that said, I think we want to combine some, like, let's say Niles can put a time capsule and let it move forward in time to the end of the universe, the beginning of the universe, and go backwards into Nova.
Right.
But that's really complicated. So the whole thing with the butterfly effect and the entanglement is his gem, right?
Yeah.
So he'll find things that exist in the future that are entangled with the past. But we have to develop that idea a bit more,
Yeah.
As a mechanic, even, right?
Yeah. But I think that idea of combining items across time should be present in some way on the first playable. Like the idea of crafting the power cell, for example, whatever she does, like a way of like you have to pull items from other parts of time essentially to craft things.
Because we want everything that people meet in the game over and over to be in this, right?
Yeah.
So people understand.
Yeah.
The crafting is one of the things that we need to.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, Max, keep throwing ideas out. That's the whole point of this. Is awesome. This is just fun to talk about them.
That's pretty cool. All right, I think we're Next time, right? We're being almost 2 hours.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Unless somebody has any other questions, but been fun. Probably this is the last one of the year. Everybody should have a great break holiday, and we'll meet in the future. How's that?
The distant future.
The year 2000.
2024. Wow.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for being here. And we'll keep doing things. We'll keep, if you want to, let me be at the Discord.
Hmm.
Do you have the link? I do have. The Discord is where we're gonna be talking more about the game more often. I can send the invite here.
Yeah.
The distant future, the year 2000.
Yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. That was fun.
Let me save this before I lose it. I can't find it. Where's the Discord?
The community one or the dev one?
The community one.
The community one is this one here.
Put it in the chat.
Oh, the chat?
Yeah.
Wait, it's community, right? Let me make sure it's community.
Yeah. If you guys want to join the community.
Oh wait, I have to join the chat on YouTube apparently.
What's that?
I have to join the chat on YouTube.
Just send it in the private chat. Oh,
okay. Private channel. All right, there you go. I think that's the one.
That's okay. So I'll put it in the chat.
Think.
What's that?
Oh,
opens in a new tab. What the hell is that?
That was weird. Okay, that's odd. I did not.
Anyway, I'll post somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
Twitter or I'll post it later.
Cool.
Thanks everybody. Have a good night.
Yep.
Great holidays. We'll see you soon with more kinshifting, and thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cool. See you everyone.
Bye.